Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to talk about the update I'm going to be bringing to this in particular channel. When I was younger, I was into cycling. Matter of fact, me and my friends would get together and we would go bicycling all summer. But this one day, my uncle, he let me borrow a Huffy's commuter bike. It was like an 80s or 90s model. And it was his daily commuter when he worked for Sears. It had the thin tires on it. It had the thin frame. It had drop handles on it. And it was the fastest bike I've ever ridden. I was enjoying it. I was this little kid, like around 9 or 10 years old. And I was riding this bike, not slowing down until a car pulled out of a parking spot and I swerved hard and I fell off that bike. I was so traumatized. The person felt bad about, me falling off the bike, and he helped me, carry me back to my mom when I was a kid. But I stopped riding a bicycle after that. But now that I'm older, I've gotten back into cycling. It's something I've gotten so excited about. I already have my bike list already set. You know what I mean? I got all the supplies I'm gonna need, from tools to extra inner tubes to an air pump to a Bluetooth speaker holder, water bottle holder, you name it. I already got my list set and I'm all ready to rock next week. And I already got my bike all picked out. It's a mix between a gravel and a road bike. You know what I mean? And I'm very excited. I'm very excited to buy this in particular bike. You know what I mean? Something that I noticed on these retail apps, these bikes are selling quick. And I'm not talking about just e-bikes. E-bikes we're in a vast supply of. Like, I've went through so many brands of e-bikes, it's insane. You know what I mean? They are in vast supply of e-bikes. But I'm talking about manual pedal bikes. Physical pedal bikes are in short supply on some of these apps. And that's letting you know how bad this economy has gotten out of hand. How much diesel and gas these vehicles are using on a daily basis because these prices are so high. And people are starting to come to the realization that they can get around town on a bicycle just like they could on mass transit, just like they could in their vehicles. You know what I mean? They're cutting back. So many, like one of my buddies in Philly right now, he gets around on a bike and he saved a good $400 within a 2-month range. Think about that. $400 between 2 months, he was spending $400 in his car. And he said, Matt, this is the best decision I ever made. Now I can get around town, you know what I mean? Because he has a commuter bike. I can get around town just as fast on my commuter bike. And I don't have to make any real stops like I do in a car. Because there's certain cities and certain states have regulations set in place for vehicles to stop, at a red light, because you're supposed to stop at a red light. But some people turn on red. Some people turn left on red. Some people just beat a red light through an intersection. With bicyclists, there are regulations set in place, especially if they're delivery drivers, like pizza delivery drivers. I'm sorry, y'all. If they're pizza delivery cyclists, or if they're couriers for any mail service, or if they do Uber Eats or DoorDash, they don't have to stop. You know what I mean? They have somebody's food or somebody's package. They got to go. You know what I mean? And people on the road, drivers, are supposed to give the right of way to cyclists. But we're seeing a lot of today is cyclists getting hit, cyclists getting cut off, cyclists getting flipped off, because people feel like they have the right of way. And that's absolutely wrong. We got to start sharing our roads again. Back in the 90s, bicycling accidents happened, but not as frequently as they do today. I don't know what it is. Even when I'm trying to cross the street, right? I don't even have a bicycle yet. But even if I'm trying to cross the street and go to the store or a gas station or something like that, people will see me coming and start speeding up. I'm like, bro, you act like I'm gonna be walking like this, holding up traffic. You act like I'm gonna be doing this the whole time. No, you know what I mean? Like, boy, I'm walking just like that, getting the heck out of Dodge, or I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm taking off. I'm absolutely taking off. I know this hat about to blow off my head, but yeah, they'll see me coming, or they'll see a pedestrian coming. They'll see a older person trying to cross the street and they'll just start speeding up, and for one, that's dangerous. Realize that you can get hit with a vehicular homicide charge if you do hit that person. I don't know about you, but I do not want to spend the rest of my life in prison because of the fact that I thought I had the right of way in one moment. And then road rage is a real thing. Road rage is a real thing. That's why I love bicycling, because you don't get that road rage. If you feel like somebody's being too slow or whatnot, you technically just, you know what, I'm going down this block. And you can just keep pedaling, just keep going, and enjoy your day. And then there's so much, hat comes off, y'all. Hat comes off, it's about to blow off. There's so much we miss on a daily basis, right? There's so much we miss on a daily basis. So much scenery, so much nature, so much peace, so much joy that we miss on our daily commutes to work. When we take our cars, our SUVs, our pickups, we miss out on so much. And that's why I really want to start doing these bike vlogs, not only because they look relaxing, and I do have the action cameras. I have a DJI Nano, I have a DJI Action 2, a DJI Action 4, I have an Insta360 Ace Pro 2, so I'm kind of set. And I have the mic Air mic for the Insta360, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of set for any occasion. You know, I'm set for any occasion, and I'm excited to share this journey with you guys. But at the end of the day, there's so much we miss on our daily basis. Like right now, I'm at my local park. Guys are working on construction on the overpass. I don't know if you can see it in the background, as you probably can, but they're working on the overpass. The trees are blowing, the trees are blowing, the winds are blowing, the trees are just swaying in the wind, the birds are chirping, it's peaceful out here. And think about it, when we're in our cars, we're tuning out nature and blasting music, and that constant boom in your eardrums can not only cause you to go deaf, but it can give you headaches consistently. On top of the, dealing with the aggressive drivers or the slow drivers, or dealing with road rage in general, that just gives you health problems down the road. But with a bike, man, you could just go and enjoy it, man. You could really go and enjoy it. I've seen so many content creators here on the platform go from frustrated driving in their first video to absolutely peaceful on a bicycle. Now, you're going to need a vehicle like an SUV pickup or a crossover or a sedan. Some people say coupe, some people say coupe. You're going to need a vehicle, a car, or a SUV or a truck for in particular purposes, especially if you're buying bike parts. Some of those bike parts are heavy. You can't haul it on another bike. So you're going to need your vehicle. When there are days when your bike is in a shop, you're going to have to take your car to work, or you got to hop on mass transit. It's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, it's a joy to just be able to hop on your bike and just ride it. And I just want to give a major shout out to all the content creators that I've been watching that has been inspiring me to get back into cycling. Make sure you go subscribe to Matty Active. He's a bicyclist who covers everything from mountain bikes to gravel bikes and stuff like that. Right now, his favorite bike is the Ozark trail bike. Man, major shout out to him. Major shout out to Al Kane, my boy Al Kane. He does tours through New York City, so make sure you subscribe to his channel. I also want to give a special shout out to Matt Rider Adventures. He is a person who took a wild journey across America, starting in Oregon and all the way to Virginia on a road bike. I lie to you not. He did this all on a road bike, and he made sure he had his supplies and stuff like that. And he took that Trans America tour, and that was all inspiring. Like, just seeing that, realizing like, wait a minute, what excuses are we making on our daily basis? What excuses are we telling ourselves? Why we can't do this and why we can't do that? I just seen this guy, this older gentleman, start in Oregon and go to Virginia. I mean, there were stops along the way, people he met along the way that helped him out. And when it goes to show, when you take that first step on a leap of faith, the Lord will supply the next two steps. The Heavenly Father will supply the next two steps if you are willing to trust Him and take that first step. All it takes is one step, and the Lord will supply the next two. You take that next step, He'll supply two more. You take that next step, He'll supply two more. All you got to do is take a step and trust in the Lord. And that's what Matt Rider did. He was like, yo, I got to go, to this campsite. But there was this lovely couple that said I can camp in their backyard. Sorry, the bugs are definitely out today. I should have bought some off spray, y'all. Honestly, seeing that, man, it inspired me beyond all ends, bro. It just inspired me. I was blown away. I was all inspired, y'all. So make sure you subscribe to Matt Rider Adventures here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my boy Al Kane. I'll put a link to his channel as well. Like I said, he do the New York tours and whatnot, and he go around New York on his road bike, on his BMX bike, and you know him by his helmet. You know what I mean? So make sure you check him out. Go subscribe to Matty Active GCN. You know what I mean? They do bike reviews and stuff like that as well. Cade, C-A-D-E. Make sure you subscribe to their channel as well. They do bike reviews as well, man. Like, man. Another thing you want to do, go to your local bike shop and go get a fit test done. A fit test means make sure your bike fits your height and your weight, because nothing is more discouraging when you buy a bike that's too small or too tall. Let me say that again. Nothing is more discouraging as a bicyclist than buying a bike that's too small or too tall. You know, you have to understand your legs have an inseam. Your legs have an inseam that certain bikes meet that height requirement. So make sure you get a bike that's comfortable for your needs. And also look at your daily commute. Is it fit for a cruiser bike? Is it fit for a mountain bike? Is it fit for a gravel or road bike? These are all things you can find out at your local bike shop. And it was crazy. A couple years ago, I remember when the electric cars is coming out, certain bike shops is closing down left, right, and center. Now they're thriving again because of the economy. This is why I said in yesterday's video, you gotta be in it for the long haul. You gotta be in it for the long haul. You cannot start a business and think that I'm a halfway it and it's gonna work out. No, you gotta be in it for the long haul. Cause that's a lot of these bike shops did. Some bike shop owners, they were ready to close down shop and they had an influx of customers come in one day. They had like maybe 16 people coming in one day. Like, oh, okay, I guess we back in business then. Glory to God. But yeah, make sure you get your fit test done. Make sure you get a bike that fits your needs, your daily commute. There's good folding bikes. Yes, there's good folding bikes. If you live in an urban environment like a metropolis or a big city, you could get a folding bike like a 16-inch, a 16-inch, a 20-inch, or a 24-inch, and get what suits your needs. You can get a good mountain bike. If you live in a gravel mainly terrain, get a good mountain bike or a good gravel bike or a good road bike. Not a road bike. You don't want to do that. You don't want to get a road bike on gravel. But if you live in an asphalt type of community, where there's a lot of street and something like that, like a city, get yourself a road bike. Get yourself a road bike. Make sure you have a bike that fits your needs. That's the most important part. Make sure you have all your safety equipment. If you got to have high vis, get your high vis. If you got to have your panniers, make sure you have your bike rack, your rear bike rack attached and have your panniers. You know what I mean? Also, I would recommend make sure you keep your tools with you in one of those pouches on those panniers, because you never know when you're going to catch a flat. Your tire is going to get run down, meaning you're going to need to be pumped up again, because constantly running your bike on a daily commute can run the air out of it, just like your car or your pickup truck or your SUV. You need to stop every once in a while to check your air pressure to make sure you're good to go, because blowouts can happen like they do in cars and SUVs and trucks and all that. They can happen on a bicycle. So make sure you keep your bike and equipment and your safety equipment on go. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you guys for rocking with me today. I know it's been a bit windy. I did have noise cancellation on. That's why it sounds like this, because of the high winds. But anyway, I love you guys. I thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless. Peace.